One of the Clone Wars is out. I watched it this morning, and spoiler alert, I loved it. I'm probably gonna do this every week for the new episodes, and I'm gonna be talking about spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled or you haven't seen it or whatever, don't watch this. Watch and come back. Just to start out, it's a cool idea that there's mutated clones. They're made in a lab. They're genetically modified, and it totally makes sense that there would be some that are defective or they don't come out right. You see one. I think his name was 99 on Camino, the old hunchback guy who dies during the Battle of Camino. But it's cool to see that these mutations, they didn't just throw those clones away. They turned them into a squad, and they found other useful ways for them to be effective. And the mutations were cool. I'm trying to do this off the top of my head. There's the Crosshairs, who's like the super ultra sniper, the strong one who literally lifts a gunship. I don't know what kind of strength normal clones get, but his super soldier serum was jacked all the way up. It's cool to see that their personalities were also kind of, I don't want to say mutated, but they're different from the normal clones. The tech one is like a lot more, like you can tell he's a lot more nerdy than the normal clones. The big one is a lot more goofy and headstrong, and he just wants to like punch stuff, like he loves to fight, that kind of thing. But yeah, the idea is really awesome. I'm super on board with what they've done so far. I'm excited to see where it goes. The big thing that I took away from this episode that's connected to the other seasons was Echo's alive. I don't know to what capacity or in what state, but he is alive, and it looks like the Separatists are using him to figure out clone tactics, and they're using it as some kind of algorithm to help defeat the clones. I assume we'll see Echo in person in the coming episodes. I don't know if it'll be in some kind of like computer robot form, or if it's actually him, or if he looks like Palpatine from Rise of Skywalker. I don't know, but we're definitely going to see him. It was really cool to see Rex kind of react to that. You could tell it really hurt him. Just the thought of his old friend being used for bad or evil here. You can see that in his facial expression, that just finding out that information took a lot out of him. And just the shock in general of him being alive. Maybe it's just me, but I noticed there were a lot more longer takes for the action. For all the droid shootouts, it seemed like the shots were a lot longer and there was a lot more happening within them. It was cool to see the guys in charge of animation trying to beef up the action. That was great. And that might be, it's been a while since I've watched the older episodes. I've watched bits and pieces here and there, but it's been a while. So maybe the long take thing has always been there and I haven't noticed it, but it seemed to be in this episode a lot more than the older ones. So all in all, I thought this episode was awesome. I can't wait for next week. Comment below, let me know what you thought of the episode. As always, like and subscribe, and I look forward to next week.